Hi, Witches of the Moon. It is Jess Spellbound here. Sorry, I am trying to make my lighting a bit better. I should have done this beforehand. Oh, okay. But I never realized how dark it is. Hello, how are you? That is my daughter pretending to cook for my dog. So we're here. How are you? So this week it is week 12. We are almost through another season. It's unbelievable. The weeks have gone really, really quickly. So this week, I'm sorry, I'm gonna try and talk over her. She's been cooped up. I've been working from home, as have hopefully most of us. So this week, I wanted to talk about how to create your own book of shadows, or a notebook, or a book that you can travel with to take down um, small notes as you're going. Sometimes it's nice to write things down as they come to you. So I'm going to talk to you about that because I am a paper lover and I like to create my own stuff. So I have a few that I've started already because I needed some more. And I have so much paper, just unbelievable amounts, stacks of paper everywhere. So uh, I'm going to show you what I have as ideas for paper using what's around your home. That way, it's not overwhelming. You're not going out to the store trying to collect things. It can be so simple, you guys. And I hope this is something that you guys are into. And if not, then no. So here's one that I started. It looks really plain from the outside, and then there's just a ton of different scrapbook paper that I've cut down to size for me. And, some are fancy, some are plain, and some are white. So, all right, here is, I'm sorry, I've got stuff everywhere because I've been sitting here all morning. Here's another one. Oh, can you see? Yeah. And it looks probably exactly like what it is. And here's some more paper that I've cut to size, and all of these like really earthy colors. And then I have one more that I started this morning, and it is just, well, they look upside down. It is index cards, just a packet of index cards. So I'm actually going to be using it this way on the blank side. You could get colored ones, get whatever you want. Another really cool way that I have made them in the past, I should have brought them out of my back room, but I've literally cut up envelopes to reuse, painted them, and then put them together in the way that I'm going to explain to you now. And we'll talk about a couple of different ways to do the covers and whatnot. I have until about 1 o'clock because I have to get back online for my next meeting, but I will take the time. These are great as little tarot journals, especially ones like this. It's very basic and you can kind of go through. I have made ones, small books that are actually out of tarot cards. I know, well, sinful me, but out of decks that I didn't connect with or didn't particularly like, but there was some artwork on them that I really liked. I would make a tarot journal and paint over you know, the the back cover, the front or the back. Obviously not these. These are the Osara Tower. Okay. Anyway, we're getting off topic, which I've been known to do. Okay, you guys. So starting out, you're going to have to pick what type of paper you want to use, whether it's index cards, a bunch of scrap paper. You can't come on the video, please, not today. Hi, baby. You can use a brown paper bag for your pages. You can use, I've used old book pages that I thought had a really nice tint to them and then have painted over them. Okay, again, getting off topic, I'm getting ahead of myself. So choose your paper first. Choose your paper. And then you're going to try and cut at least um, one even side. You want to have one side of it, and this is easy because these are index cards, and that's why I decided to make a small notebook out of these, because they have all equal sides. Now, if you cut them by hand, you may end up with something that looks a little bit more kooky, and I don't know if you can really tell kind of how uneven this all is. It's not so bad down here or up top, but I made sure that one side I left the blank edge of the paper. That way it could be bound. Okay, so you're going to gather your paper, cut your paper down to the size that you want. And realistically, it doesn't even have to be paper, all paper. It could be, I want to see if I have any. I don't out here. It could be tissue paper if you wanted to have some see-through ones, or, you know, plastic wrap. You could cut plastic wrap and have a nice film over it. There's so many things. You could use plastic bag. You could have a plastic bag in the center to keep pages from touching. Okay, so again, I'm going ahead of myself. So you'll have one that's the whole side. When you have that whole side cut down to an even level, and how many pages you want, you can then take glue.
Take glue.
Okay, okay. You know what? Let me give you a supply list to make sure you have them. Paper, and more paper. This I use. You're going to have to decide what you want for a cover, whether it's more paper covered in brown paper bag, or, you know, do what you will when you will, right? I guess we'll talk about covers later. My daughter just spilled over my offering bowl. Okay. You'll need 2 really heavy books. So whether they are giant cookbooks, a bunch of your own magical books that you can press together, that way when the glue is setting, because you're going to glue the entire side of where you want the binding to be. So this entire edge, oh, you could see the shimmer. So this is all glue. Now you can use, I use this all the time, so mine's kind of running. E600, I think that's backwards for you, but it's E600 glue, or even a couple of layers. You would probably have to do a few layers of this. Elmer's glue. I mean, it's got paint on it. I use it all the time, but
Mommy,
so you can use, yeah, because you keep touching it, Lovey. Move it. Scooch mooch. The joys of going live. So you can use glue. If it's small, you can also just get, or even if it's large, if it's a big book and you have those painter sticks and 2 large binder clips, you would put one of the papers, the paint stir, the wooden paint stir sticks on either side like this, and then take one of those huge binder clips and just hold it down. Put a couple of them there to really make sure that those pages are in, because that's the only way all these pages are going to get held together. If you're doing something small like this, you don't need giant binder clips. You could get these itty bitty ones and put them on. That's what I did for this one, because this one's very small. So it would be like that. Can you see that? So it would just be held on just to hold all of those papers together with the glue. Then you're going to let it dry. And this is my favorite part, is creating my own covers for them. It is so much fun, and you can really just use your imagination and do whatever you want. So with this one, I obviously used paper bag, but what I did beforehand, okay, here, now I can show you on this one, because this is where I'm at with this one. So here's my paper bag. This is how you make the binding, and you're going to want to strengthen it up. So what I do is, after that glue dries, I then take some packing tape, or you can use duct tape or the Gorilla Glue tape, but I always tape right along this binding. Okay, so I have tape down, and then what I did was I did 2 more layers of glue and then added the paper bag. So I cut the paper bag to the size that I wanted, and I left little flaps like this on either end. It's not on this end because I'm going to get to that, but I left a strip here. That way, when I go to add my cover, I can attach more paper. You'll take your last page or your first page and glue this whole thing with this and glued in between. So then it'll look like this. See how that paper, the paper bag is now in between 2 more sheets of paper to make it to strengthen it up a little bit. And if I were you and you were using the same paper for this, I would maybe put in 2 more pages just to add a little bit of stability on the back, and then you'll be able to open it up like this. Okay. So then after you get those 2 papers put on either side, you want them to look like this. What you're going to do is you are going to create your cover by taking, I'm just going to keep using paper bags because that's what I've been using. I've been using paper bags, and you can use a really thick construction paper or two. Now I can't think of what kind of paper it is. It's really, really the thick kind. And you're going to open up whatever paper you're going to use to wrap it. Like I said, you can get a couple of sheets of thick paper, glue them together, and then take tissue paper and just dab it on there. But you're going to need something that's going to hold that cover together. So you can use fabric. If you wanted to use fabric, man, I should have went and got my other ones. I do have one that is cardboard covered with a purple velour fabric that I've used as a cover. And you're going to just lay out. Let me show you. You're going to just take the 2. This is the paper bag. You're going to just lay it out. See how you can see where it is? Like that. So you're going to measure to make sure that it covers your pages, and you're going to lay it out flat. And then you're going to do it like this, and you're going to do one of those really sturdy pages on the front and the other really sturdy pages, and you're going to wrap the paper bag. This is what happens. You're going to wrap the paper bag around Riv. I'm sorry. We're just going to have to deal with my dog barking for a minute. And use it like a book cover. Remember when you were in school and you used to have to make book covers, or you would buy them and you would slip it onto the front cover and the back cover, and it would protect the front of your school books? That's essentially what you're going to be doing with this. What you choose to fill the inside with, it is the same way of measuring, no matter what you're making the cover out of. It does not get that complicated. When you are measuring, when you're measuring, you are going to just open that book straight up like this, because you want to take in account that you're going to have the binding, and you're going to lay down the front and back pages to make sure you're getting the right amount, and always measure a little bit over. It's not bad to have enough where you're going to flap it in. So that what I'm saying is, when you do this side, be able to wrap it around the front of this a bit. And that'll even strengthen it some more. I'm sorry you're shaking because my daughter's going under the table. So when you do that, wrap it around the front. And Eliana, please. A table shaking, dogs are barking. It's crazy over here. Thank you, coronavirus. So then you will have your book. You're just going to keep gluing. That's really all I've done. And it is sturdy. It is not going to come apart. It is all one piece. And then And then you're going to decorate to your heart's content. If you want, I will add up an instructional video as well as this, and I'll kind of try and time lapse it. I don't know if I'll be able to, but really, you guys, even if you wing it and just go, oh yeah, bunch of glue, some paper, let me figure this out, you're going to be able to do it. And the great thing about this is that you can make it to your size. And once you start one, what I've done in the past is I was able to then make double books. I love double books. I don't know why. I like the difference in paper texture, and it's so much fun. So if you use fabric, you can sew things on. If you like to sew, if you know how to embroider, you can embroider the front. You could do that even if you use enough layers of the brown paper bags. I have a ton of brown paper bags right now because of uh, coronavirus. The schools are delivering lunches for my kids, so they always come in brown paper bag. I have a ton of petition paper. These are, if you are a crafty, even if you're not crafty, even if you just go, hey, that looks like a good idea. I'd like to personalize my own book of shadows or my own dream journal, to bless and imbue with your energy from start to finish. This is a really cool way to personalize your magic. So I think that is going to be it for me. I have about 5 minutes to set up for my next meeting. I hope you guys are wonderful and taking every precaution possible to stay safe and keep your family safe right now. And while you're at home, enjoy the hearth magic that you can incredibly do with on very limited resources, with us not being able to go out as often as we used to. So I hope you're all wonderful and staying safe. And I will see you guys next week. And please, if I was unclear about anything due to time restraints and a frazzled brain, shh, sit down. What is that? She's curling her hair on a fork. Thank you, Ariel. Okay, you guys have a good one and blessed be.
I have to.